Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? My Squishy Butterscorch. Welcome in. Welcome. We got things to talk about. What's going on, guys? I'm gonna continue painting some Thousand Suns. How is everybody? Alright. Yeah, I guess we just go ahead and let's get painting here. Welcome in, guys. Model for my call to score conversion. Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw you working on your conversion, so it's all finished and everything. Very nice. Quish, you're gonna play Trench Crusade tomorrow. That's awesome. Very cool. Well, I just watched the Creative Assembly, the 25th anniversary stream, where they were to announce the next DLC for Total War Warhammer, the next historical title, and the next fantasy title, which was speculated to be Warhammer 40k Total War. And it was, man, you guys thought like Games Workshop streams were bad. Like, this was a pretty bad stream. I just spent an hour watching this stream to be seriously disappointed. That was really bad. Bit more work on the base, otherwise ready to pay. Nice, awesome. So they spent, I don't know, a good 2/3 of the stream talking about the DLC for Total War Warhammer, which is great, looks awesome. You know, you got Nagash coming to Total War, which is solid, and lots of other things going on with that, which is honestly fantastic. I'm really excited. So hopefully it comes out next summer, like they said. Yeah, so they did that, and they're like, yeah, next historical title, and it's Medieval 3, which again is amazing. That's super cool, but they didn't show anything for Medieval because it's like early pre-development or whatever they called it. So it's probably not coming out for the next like 3 years. And they're like, yeah, okay, so we're just gonna talk about it, and we're gonna share it with you, you know, our development process. So, you know, we're working on something. Okay, that's cool, sure. And then they're like, all right, and then time to announce our next thing, and they go to a dude awesomely named Attila, which I thought was great. But he's like, yeah, hey, we have our next fantasy title that we're working on, and we're going to announce it on December 11th. No, that's not how that works. Not how that works. Leo, what's going on? So their announcement of a new fantasy title, which is rumored to be 40k Total War, was an announcement that they're going to announce the the game next week. So now I have the feeling that we're in like a Russian doll situation, to where next week they're gonna announce that they're going to announce the game like a week after, and they're just gonna string everybody along, and they're gonna keep doing that. But yeah, that was rough. Why would they? Yeah. Why CA? Why would you do this? Dark's live stream, everyone's giving him up because he promised 40k Total War. Yeah. Still bad. I don't think that was better than GW stream. I don't know. That was worse. That was worse than the GW stream. GW at least shows off minis. They literally, so they just took an hour stream to announce a DLC for Total War Warhammer, which looks like an awesome DLC. But it's all they announced, and they announced that their, you know, Medieval 3 Total War will be out in the next 5 years. That was the announcement. It's crazy. Yeah, these are Mark II breachers. They're plastic breachers. I put some I printed some shields for him. Go the random parts. It's so funny, but also just like horrible. What kind of stream was that? This could have been an email. Yeah, this could have been an email live stream. Absolutely. Yeah, they could have literally just sent a notification to everybody. Look, we have a trailer, and here's a Q&A for Nagash and the End Times DLC, and then here's an announcement with a live action trailer that shows nothing for the game, saying that we started working on Medieval 3. Crazy. Yeah, the geopolitical. They're not even gonna get there. They're not even gonna get there for Medieval 3, man. That's 3 years from now before they start telling you about the currency system in that game. Fiddling with my 148 scale lightning pod, JS39 Gripen. Oh, cool! That's really cool. Times DLC looks cool. You remember the End Times? You get sad all over again. Yeah, we don't care about GW's End Times. And they did confirm that this End Times DLC is not the last DLC. It's not the last like content they're putting out for Warhammer Total War. So there's still hope for Dogs of War. That's what I'm hoping. But I'm also very happy to be getting an Undead DLC because vampire counts are my favorite. It's the beginning of the end. I mean, they said that about when they released the third game. We're buying content, keep making it. That's true. I don't know. I could have swore they were going to announce like 40k Total War. They would have been like, yeah, Warhammer's kind of wrapping up because we have 40k that we're making stuff for. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Score is distinct enough from Call. Yeah, it doesn't look too much like Call, honestly. At like a first glance, I would not pick it out as Belisarius, because he's missing like the whole like back piece, right? He has like much more reasonable proportions. No, Nagash looks great though. I'm excited for that. And just Cetra. Just getting wrecked. Kind of bummed. Oh yeah, exactly. I feel pretty similar. I'm excited for both the things they announced, but not something I felt was super worth all the hype. Oh, I don't know. I've never seen that many in person. I thought he looked like he had like a big crab piece on the back of him, or like a big backpack thing or something, but maybe not. I'm probably not the best judge, Butterscorch, on what things look and don't look like Belisarius Call, because I don't even know what this many looks like. Apparently, I thought he looked more like bulked out. It's all very cool, though. Very cool stuff they actually showed. One of the things that caught my attention was when they were showing off the new, their new like engine that they're using. They showed a lot of like the destructible buildings and the animations, the things they were talking about. Really does like push toward 40k Total War, but I guess it pushes toward any like modern or sci-fi setting. But if it's going to be a fantasy setting, then Total War. And they're talking about how ambitious it is. I've heard a rumor that it's going to be Star Wars Total War, but I don't see Star Wars as ambitious as even like the fantasy Warhammer Total War. Like, there is not as much in Star Wars to make a Total War game as there is in either Warhammer setting. So I don't see that. I don't see that being a thing. But, you know, they would always talk about how their games are the most ambitious game they've ever made. It's going to be the greatest thing. So, who knows? Yeah, we're going to be reading a lot of Salt here in a little bit, I'm sure, when I get off stream. Hey, Tuvan, what's going on? Day off before a crazy retail weekend. Oh, lame. It's a bit controversy, but if you need ordnance, cockpits, engines for models, try Res Kit. I have never painted a historical model kit like that, so I didn't know there was a controversy with buying. Is that like third-party pieces or recast pieces or something? What's the controversy there, Leo? I don't know if you're gonna paint anything tonight. Okay, you got everything painted for your Trench Crusade game. Hey, Anthony, what's going on? I'm doing well. Painting some minis, talking about Total War stream. Super good. I am still kind of ironing out bits of a list to take to a tournament this weekend, so for Warhammer the Old World. So we'll see how it goes. But the painting horde, all your guys with your names on the skeletons and stuff, will be on the board. They should see 3 games from Discord. Sweet. With that in the trailer, Cetra looking straight at the Elder Torah of Doom tells him to F off. Yeah, well, that's what Cetra does in the lore, though. That's like his famous thing where, you know, Cetra does not serve, and then he gets like blasted by Nagash, but he doesn't quite die. So there's like a whole thing with that. And that was cool they kept that in. You know, all of the other undead lords are bowing to him, and Cetra's like, nah. Yeah, Cetra's great. Continuing your Tyranids. Yeah, those Tyranids look so good. They're incredible looking Tyranids. Excited to paint them up. Nice. Very nice.
Look at me!
Oh, yeah, okay. Take a look. The Trench Crusade Prussians, yeah, they do look really good. It's the like wings on the back of that one mini. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, great looking minis. I love the yellow on like the grimdark steel and black. It's a great combo. just skeletons. You could name them after bones of the body. Well, when I originally painted my Vampire Counts army, I did it during a 12-hour stream, and what we did is anybody that contributed like any money toward the stream got their name on the base, and we had maybe 30 people contribute something, get their name. So it's the Painting Horde. So the Painting Horde will be in battle. So it's just your like screen name on the base. I don't remember everybody that's on there. Obviously, there's a lot of people, but yeah. So there's quite a bit of people were represented. Yeah. So that's just the best. I haven't figured out how to port them into AOS is beyond me. Yeah, because AOS is lame. That's why. It's a Ukrainian company. A lot for them, super detailed. Despite the troubles they face, I always receive my orders. Okay, well that's cool. Okay. Working on Salamander. Excuse me, as long as I'm not burnt out from people. That's fair. Yeah. I'm going to be burnt out from people. I'm going to go into a tournament. And going to try to win the tournament. That's a goal. I have an army list that I've been adjusting over the past day or so. And we'll see... see if it does anything for me. Painted Night shoulder pad on Scoria base, dark yellow. Okay. What's the dark yellow base mean? Dark yellow night shoulder pad. So I did, I tried to get some minis printed to paint real quick before Saturday to add into my list. There was a character I wanted to add in, and my printer just keeps not working on me. I tried to adjust it last night, it wasn't working, so I gave up on that little side project, and then maybe one of these days I'll go through and try to adjust my printer again. Try to fix whatever issue it could be. So yeah. I fixed it last night after the hangout, and I restarted the print, and I thought it might be good, and when I woke up this morning I went and checked it, and it failed the same way. So I'll yeah, I'm not in any rush to print anything in particular, so I'm not like dying to fix things, but have to address it eventually. Hey, Dundersnuff, how you doing? Sore? Are you getting sick? That might be it. That's normally the case. Alright. We got these dudes. We need some black wash. We need to thin it a little bit. Spano Mechanicum, nice. Hope not again. Yeah, 'tis the season, right? Three Castellax, nice. Brush here. When does Grotmas begin? I don't know. I'm still waiting for it to begin. Because what is this Grotmas just like a different like cover on the same articles they release all the time? The package. No, it hasn't, Dundersnuff. You're lying about that. Grotmas is normally like an interesting, like Christmas themed, like cool things that people look forward to every day. And I have yet to see anything anybody would look forward to. But if you find something, let me know. I think Games Workshop and Creative Assembly are competing for the lamest December social media presence. Yeah, my point still stands. You know, they put those paint guides out yesterday. Was that yesterday they did the paint guides? They're not even correct. The paint guides don't match the minis. I don't know if anybody else caught that. But they don't. So, like the Blood Angels, like, yeah, Recess, you know, black. Like a bad and black in the Recess. But it's like obviously like a dark red in the Recess. And I think we have paint guides for what those actual colors are. And it's not like they repainted new minis. For those guides. Like, those are the same minis they've used for paint guides. It's crazy. Yeah, it's weird how lazy the Grotmas is. Like, they've been doing the Grotmas stuff for years, and I have never seen it so lackluster. Like, did they cut back budget on Warcom articles? Like, is that a cost-cutting measure that they're doing, or what? Because it's crazy. Alright, nice little Thousand Sun there. Cost cutting and prep for 11th? No, they're cost cutting 11th edition too. That's why they took demons out of the game. GW pays per the word that they upload or publish. So, all right, see you, Butterscorch. What is that? Fix that later. I mean, just yeah, if they just did the rumor engine stuff, it'd have been fine. Like, that was entertaining enough. it wasn't amazing, but it's better than whatever like slop they're doing right now, because this is something. Been hinting at Primark, really. Yeah, it's gonna be for 30K. I mean, I don't know. They might reveal a Primark on Christmas Day. But if we spend a month going through crappy painting articles and short stories about random nonsense AOS factions just to get a Primark reveal on Christmas Day, it is going to be the worst GW December I have, have ever witnessed. Yeah, I think Russ is all but guaranteed to be the next Loyalist Primarch. Lorgar or Perturabo, one of those two. Lorgar would probably make sense as like an undivided dude, but Perturabo is definitely a lot more popular. I think Lorgar has more presence in the lore in like modern era 40K though. So, who knows? He wants like Rabute? Gilliman Robo? Is that what you're talking about? Or like a robot like Perturabo? I'm confused. Oh, Perturabo. Okay, okay. Perturabo, yeah. I was just like, if the dude wants Rabute, he's got a mini already. But no, he's not talking about him. Major religions in 40K, and Lorgar is responsible for both. Yeah, I guess. That's true. Talik's looking at. Thank you, Slade. I appreciate that. We gotta get some more model here today. Awesome. Alright, Mydro. Everything intact. That one was a bit weird to pack up, but I think I do a pretty decent job packing minis at this point. Awesome. Awesome. Good to hear. Alright. Alright. I can't believe Creative Assembly did that. That's wild. They kept everybody in that stream for an hour just to say they're not announcing the thing that they said they were going to announce. Crazy. Diego, what's going on? So Creative Assembly, the makers of the Total War franchise, they did a live stream today. It's the 25th anniversary of the Total War franchise. So they did a live stream. In the live stream they said they're going to announce what's next for Total War Warhammer. So, you know, DLC content, whatever. They said they're going to announce their next historical title, because Total War has used to be just historicals before Warhammer, but they're like, we'll do our next historical title, and they said they're going to announce their next fantasy title, which has long been rumored to be Warhammer 40K Total War. So people were all hyped for 40K Total War. Yeah, just massive hype for this stream. So they spent about 40 minutes talking about the new DLC for Warhammer Total War. great. Looks like an awesome DLC. I'm excited for it. Hopefully it comes out on time and everything. We have to wait an extra year or something for it, but looks awesome. Then they talked about the next historical Total War, and they announced it's Medieval 3. Also awesome. People have been waiting literally 20 years for that game. And, but it's an early pre-development, is what they said, and they're going to try to share the journey, their development journey. So basically, the game's like 5 years off. And they're just announcing it early. There's no like actual gameplay or anything to show off. They had like a live action trailer that was just people in chairs talking, and like that was the trailer for the game they showed. So essentially an announcement of an announcement, right? And then they're like, they finished talking about it. Everybody's like, oh, here we go. They're like, well, we just have one more small thing to show you. Okay, yeah, hype. All right, for our next Total War, here's the creative director for the game is going to talk about it. And this guy comes out and he's like, we're going to announce the next fantasy title on December 11th at the Game Awards. Bye. And it's like, what? You said you were going to announce it. Like, we sat here waiting for the announcement for the game. What are you doing? So they essentially took an hour-long stream to announce a DLC for an existing game. That's what they did. And they even announced that DLC first, yeah. That was crazy. Crazy. They couldn't even just like say what it is. Like just tell us. Tell us what the game is. And then say you're going to show a trailer for it at the Game Awards or whatever. Don't do that. That's so bad. Oh. Okay, so we put some washes on these minis. Probably take a little while. Let's dry. We'll let that dry and we'll start highlighting once all this is good to go. Yeah, Creative Assembly just made GW look like masters of preview streams. Let me take
just a moment to thank you for allowing me back.
Hey, Soulshade, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Doing a little stream, just working on some minis here. Wash over these minis, so I'm giving this a bit to dry. Not overdoing it with the wash. Watching paint these and wondering what I'm doing wrong painting my Infernus Marines. What do you mean? Is there something you're doing wrong? Your Infernus Marines are salamanders, right? I think if you're seeing this and seeing something you're doing wrong, you're probably painting your Marines red. They should probably be green. 2 sessions on them, have the base slayer. Oh no, yeah. I paint pretty quick though, Tuvon, so painting a couple thousand minis over the past couple years does that to you. You kind of figure out what to do. Comparison is the thief of joy, isn't that the truth? Jet, welcome in. How you doing? Guys, I am streaming on Twitch and YouTube, if you're curious. If I'm talking to somebody and you don't see them anywhere in the chat, it's because they're probably on the other service, or I have seriously just gone off the deep end, but... Oh no, man, as lame as that Total War stream is, I do really want to play some Warhammer Total War, so I'm gonna be doing that soon, very soon. Post them to Whips? Oh, nice. Okay, let's take a look. What you got here? So you primed them black, and now you're painting green on? Is that correct? It looks like did you hand prime them? Did you use like a surface primer on them too, Vaughn? Reeks of Higher Up saying they announced something at the other event last minute. Yeah, Raja, you could be very right. Black, dark green base, then layer to the brightest. Yeah. So what's your issue with them? That it just taking you a long time? You rattle can black. Yeah. I think if you're trying to speed the process up, if that is your concern, then you can rattle can them black. That's fine. But then you put that green is your first color, and you just ignore the black. If you can rattle can them green, you'll save half an hour a mini at least by just rattle canning them, priming them green, or going black and then spraying green afterwards. But otherwise, just going like quick and dirty with the green, your base coat of green, painting all that green and then going back with your black paint, because you don't have as much black on that mini as you do green, and the green sits under a lot of the black anyway. So yeah, making that green your primary color and making that like your the color that you paint first, that you can paint quick, that you don't have to worry about coloring in the lines, that's how you paint faster on that. Yeah, and then you go back in, because I've painted some salamanders, and it's like the shoulders, maybe some knee pads, some little details, a bit of the gun casing. Yeah, maybe the backpack. Looks like you're doing the backpack black. But yeah, you can paint under that real quick and then just go back with black. And the thing about the black also is all of the pieces on your minis as you show them that are black are not going to be black when the mini's done, right? So like the shoulder pads, for example, the trim's probably going to be like bronze or something, right? Or a different color like that, maybe. But you think about that and you think about how much, I guess, wasted space you have when you're painting the whole mini black and only a little bit of it's going to be black. So, or like the gun, for example, the gun's going to be mostly silver or bronze or copper or something. So you can, like, that doesn't need to start black. And that's very much like a speed painting, kind of like, I want to get these done as quick and efficient as possible. But yeah, if you can find a rattle can green, I don't know if GW makes an equivalent green rattle can for what you're looking for, or like Army Painter might make one or something, or one of those companies, Color Forge or something. But if you can find a rattle can that gets you a base green, but basing black is great too. Basing black and just going nuts with the green also works. Caliban green might work. Yeah. Jet doing sort of okay. Painted the walls of my living room yesterday and I can hardly move today. Oh no. Mine says I'm 21. My body reminds me I'm 68. Dang. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, manual labor will take it out of you. I get it, dude. I shoveled snow on Tuesday and like my back is just starting to feel better, and that's with like Yeah, I've been like regularly lifting weights this whole year, so just yeah, doing the actual work still wears you out. I'm a little bit more spry than 68, so I feel like I'm 68 sometimes, but 12 Thalax, is that enough or do you that might be enough. The weapon options are weird. You have to look at the weapons because I think the box doesn't come with enough weapons to outfit a whole squad with particular weapons. Like the multi-melt is really good on them, and there's like a plasma fusel that starts at like AP3 that's also really good, Quishy. Those are two really good weapons. But 12 Thalax is probably enough. I know the lightning guns. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, you gotta look at the stat. You definitely want stuff that's like AP3. That's kind of where I think the Thalax shine. The AP3 weapons. AP3 and 2. I know the Ursarax are really good. Or at least everything I've seen from them is that they're really good. And my experience against them shows that they're really good and scary. They're also good. But there's a lot of stuff in Mechanicum Army that's really good. Picked up some Color Forge Primer. They're very nice. Great color match to Citadel Primer. Well, that's good to know. Did you buy them from like Monument? Are you in the U.S., Anthony, or I think Monument's the only company that sells them in the U.S. if I'm not mistaken. Less expensive and more in a bottle. That's good to know. That's really good to know. Is every third dude's lightning gun with a special weapon? I don't think it's like that in 3rd edition anymore. I think 3rd edition, I think every model can just get the same weapon. I want to look this up now because I'm curious. I'll do the rest of mine for it. Yeah. Yeah, no problem, Tuval. And if you have questions, I am happy to answer or try to answer whatever I can. Alright, hold on. Mechanicum. Thalax. Let's take a look. Yeah, you just replace all of their weapons. That's all you do with the new Thalax. So I think the models might be every like 3rd guy or something, but the actual units now, it's you give them all a lightning gun, give them all a photon thruster, you give them all a multi-melta, you do that kind of stuff. Well, let's see. The lightning gun isn't particularly great. Definitely don't do bayonets on your weapons. Photon thruster is really good. Photon thruster is kind of crazy good. Multi-melt is always nice. Kill Terminator's pretty easy. And then Plasma Fusel is really good. Yeah, the Plasma Fusel and the Photon gun are really good. The Plasma Fusel is definitely a more budget option, but you get more shots, which is really nice. Yeah, you can post a link, Anthony. Yeah. You bought them direct. They have a US website. Okay. F16 MLU some love. Searching that to find some gray. Have glass paint. Glass Viper is the same color like the F-35. Yeah. I think the paint that they paint them now, most US jets are. It's like a stealth paint, like a radar absorbing paint. I think is the idea behind it to help with some stealth properties. Oh yeah, there's Color Forge. All right, nice. They have a salamander green. That's great. Nice. Well, good for Color Forge getting to the US. I don't use spray primers unless I'm priming like terrain, and then I just buy like cheap Rust-Oleum or Krylon. But I've heard good things about Color Forge. I used to use GW primers, and it was right when the pandemic happened and started, and Ohio did like a, stay at home or whatever, basically. I remember I went to my local store. I was like, man, I have a bunch of stuff to paint, and I'm going to be at home a lot. And I had just had surgery on my wrist. I was home from work anyway. And I was like, I'm going to go to my store and I'm going to buy out like all the bottles of Corax White and Wraithbone they have. So they had like 3 cans of each. So I bought them all. And I remember I drove up to the store and they set them outside on the curb and I went and grabbed them. Like, that's how I purchased those spray paints. And about 2 months in, I was spray painting minis, and it was a Star Wars Legion mini of like Padme Amidala or something. And I spray painted her. I come in to start painting her, and her face looks all like, crumbly and crusty and everything. And I was like, man, I thought this was perfect. I thought it was going to be fine. I was so mad. I ordered an airbrush, and from that point on, I've had my airbrush, and I haven't primed minis with a rattle can, just for the risk of getting, like, making the model cloudy and everything. Troy, what's going on? Welcome in. Yeah, we're just letting some wash dry on these minis. Just chatting. So I can bring up my army list here. This is what I'm thinking of bringing with me to this tournament on Saturday. This is my idea here. So I'm bringing my vampire. I can show some minis to you guys. Let me show you some minis. Hold on. We have time because that wash will take a bit to dry. Give me just a minute. I'll grab some minis. We'll show some stuff. Okay. By stupid chance I found CMK. I'll try him out. Oh, cool. Alright. Yeah. That's fair, Leo. Going to a good cause, but I get it. I haven't run into that, thankfully. Main issue is how thick GW paint is and watering it down to the correct consistency. Yeah, and that's Tuvon. That is a nightmare, dude. And I'm gonna tell you, you don't do that with Pro Acryl paints. Most of the time I'm one coat on Pro Acryl, but occasionally I'll do 2 coats for brighter colors on darker, and a couple of the different colors are a little weaker the pigment, but they don't need thinned either. I put them in a wet palette and they're good to go. Like, that's it. Taking so long painting these guys. Yeah, definitely 3 coats of paint is forever. Yeah, GW greens are so weak. Groglord, welcome in. So pumped to have found this channel. Building my own Thousand Sons army. Yes. All right. The decal sheet is great. The Thousand Sons one. I'm on my 2nd decal sheet for my Thousand Sons army. But I have these breachers I'm working on here. So these are Mark II Tacticals, the new plastics with some 3D printed arms here to make them breachers. But I just got 5 of them. I'm just finding some things to do. But I'm going to show you guys my Vampire Count's army. I am going to an Old World tournament on Saturday. And it's nothing serious, just like a little charity event. But I'm gonna play it serious. You guys watch. I'm gonna win all the awards. But here's what I'm bringing. I'm gonna read my list to you guys. I'll show you the minis as I got them too. So one of these I absolutely hate, but I'm bringing it anyway. So first mini, I need to zoom out some. Sorry. Oh, that's as much as I zoom out. Okay. First mini I'm bringing. I painted this on stream. I actually painted all this stuff on stream. But my Vampire Lord. So this is my Vampire Lord on a zombie dragon. Does he look like Jeff Bezos? The answer is yes, and I hate that. I hate it so much. How much this guy looks like Jeff Bezos. It kills me. But I'm gonna bring this guy. So this is my my vampire on zombie dragon. He's kind of a beast, so he'll be really cool. So let's set you off to the side. There you go. Thank you for showing yourself here. I have a Master Necromancer. Where's my master? There's my Master Necromancer. This is my Master Necromancer. He's nothing super cool, but Master Necromancer. So he's going to be raising a whole bunch of zombies and hopefully some Graveguard. So you can sit there. I have a Battle Standard Bearer, and I hate this banner. I hate the I tried to find transfers that I had to use on this banner, and I hate it. So guys, do not judge this this banner on the transfers. But I have this giant banner here. So this is the vampire, and this is one of the underworld vampires. And I printed this banner to put in his hands, so yeah. Hate that banner so much, but it's going. That's what it is. Next I have a Tomb Banshee. Where's the old Tomb Banshee? Here's the old Tomb Banshee. So this is my Tomb Banshee. I think I painted this mini in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe, most. I love ghost minis. They're so easy to paint. What's the real reason I hate the banner? Oh, it's got the big wolf on it. Yeah. That's actually a Knight transfer. I think it's from a Knight, a 40k Knight transfer sheet. So Tomb Banshee. That rounds out my characters. I have 29 Graveguard. And I'm actually using these... grab them. These Skeleton Warriors as my Graveguard. So they have armor. They work. I couldn't fill out my my points allotment for where's my focus for my core choices, which is using the skeletons. It's too difficult to get everything together. So so they are now Graveguard, who are being joined by the Battle Standard Bearer. So yeah. So I have the skeletons. I have what else? Zombies. I'm just gonna tell you guys, these AOS zombie minis are so good. I have 40 of these zombies. I'm bringing 30 of them. And I will hopefully raise the other 10 into a giant death blob. That's the idea, at least. So, gold undercoat in various tones, building up glaze of Spirit Stone Red. Oh, nice. Okay. And Spirit Stone Red's already kind of glossy, right, Grog? That's, so you don't have to worry about like gloss or satin varnishes on it. I have messed around with Angron Clear Red, and that's been okay, but hopefully that Spirit Stone's a little stronger tone. One of my issues with I use Clear Red on all my Marines, and this is a finished Thousand Sun here. It's just an example mini I have laying around, but one of the issues of the clear paints is you go through it so fast because you have to put such a heavy coat on for it to actually show on the mini, and it takes forever, and I go through so much clear red paint for like painting the most mundane things. Okay, next let's see. I have Dire Wolves. These are also the AOS Dire Wolves on square bases. So here's Dire Wolf. These were great minis also. They were really fun to paint. So nice Dire Wolf here. Necron Warriors and Current Works Zombie Necrons. Oh, cool. Nice. Oh, what else I have? I have Fellbats. Also, now I adore these AOS Fellbats. They're incredible minis. These are fantastic minis. My issue with these is it's like $60 for 3 of them. They're really expensive. My whole Vampire Counts army I got basically at a discount. I found like it was like holiday boxes and old battle forces and stuff like that allowed me to get all this stuff like a lot cheaper than I would normally be paying. But I got some Fellbats. I have another fantastic mini here. Where is it? The old corpse cart. Did I paint this on stream? I think I painted this on stream. This was a pretty wild mini to paint on stream. This is an intimidating mini to paint. I was terrified to paint this thing. But I have it painted, and it's there. It's going to be helping to resurrect Graveguard and keep them in the fight. Graveguard and zombies. That's what it does. Just kind of sits behind everything. So, it's a cool mini. Element Games discounts are pretty nice. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, Element Games seems pretty decent. And then my last 2 units in my army, I have Vargeists. Let's get one of you guys out. Fellbat's holding on. So this is a Vargeist here. And he's like a crazy flying vampire monstrosity. And he's made to rank up. You see how like skinny his arms hold in and everything. But we got this Vargeist here, and I have 3 of these, and they're like flying, like crazy damage dealers. They put out a lot of damage. So I have 3 of these Vargeist, and then my last mini I have is my Terrorgeist, which is the same model kit as the Zombie Dragon, but it's a giant undead monster bat. That's what it is. So this is my Terrorgeist. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 flying units in my army, which is really cool. And I have the two Direwolf units, so it's like a very mobile army. Yeah, it seems really cool. And then 2 big like bricks of infantry. So the zombies seem like they'd be easy to kill, but you can put them up to, I have 40 painted zombies, so I'm not going to raise more than 40 zombies, but I could put down up to 60, I think, in a unit if I really wanted to. And then the Graveguard are serious like roadblocks. They have a magic banner that gives them like more survival, and then they have a necromancer will be standing behind them helping to keep them alive. The battle standard bearer keeps them alive. The corpse cart keeps them alive. Like all that stuff goes toward just helping keep them all alive. So that's kind of the idea. I painted this mini on stream. This was a blast to paint. I love this basing material. This is base ready. It's Geek Gaming Scenics. It's like the forest earth or something, the pine forest, I think. It just looks like Evil Dead swamp earth, basically. Really good. Similar to a Necron army? A bit, yeah. Necrons do play a little similar to like fantasy undead. You have no Discord, that's okay. But the 800-year celebration of flight, celebratory flight, the 80 year, it's to die for, screamed across Denmark and its important monuments. That's really cool, Leo. We last year we went to an air show, and they had the it's the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds is what they're called. It's a squadron of F-16 pilots that are they're just like for air shows. They're just basically stunt pilots. And yeah, it was really cool. I enjoyed watching the Thunderbirds more than the Blue Angels, which is like the most famous like US, I guess, squadron that does that kind of stuff. Because F-16s are so much more fun to watch fly. Like, they're so maneuverable. It just seems like they do whatever the pilots want them to, and it's really cool. That's great plane. Geek Gaming, nice guy. Yeah. But yeah, let's check these minis out. We got anything here? It looks like that's about dry. We could probably start working with that. Let's check out this one. Let's get in there. It's not quite. These in order. We'll start with smaller, easier colors here. We'll work up. Yeah, we start with the dark grays and then maybe get to the silvers. Might be our way to avoid some of the wet wash. Let me set all my Vampire Count minis back in the box here. Excited to continue my mechanics. Oh no, nice. Alright guys, I'll be back in just a second actually. Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. So, I'm just going to get some warm gray. We're going to start real easy. Get this gray and then maybe the gold highlighted. That'll be the plan. Real easy on the gray though, we're just getting a single little highlight here. Really late, but yeah, the Spirit Stone is much brighter than Angron. Yeah. That's good. That's good job planning ahead on that. Yeah, I have lots of opinions on the various clear reds. So at one point I transferred out of using one color and I bought 15 different clear reds from different brands all over the place. Like if something said it was a clear red or like a, something similar, I tried it. I bought it and I tried it to like find the color that matched. And I liked Angron clear red, but most of them aside from like the contrast level paints I tried were multiple coats, like really heavy coats to work on and everything. So yeah. Steam painted like the Danish flag. Standard 2-seater wingman to photobomb. Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. we can't finish the red. We have to wash the gold. We have to actually wash the gold. I have a separate wash to put over the gold. I still can't believe CA did that with their announcement. That's wild. They would just say they're gonna announce the thing and then like hype it up like they're gonna announce the thing and then not announce the thing. Like, oh no, we're announcing it next week. That's crazy. I'm definitely not watching a Game Awards show. I'm just gonna wait for the trailer to pop up. You have both? Both what? The red is... Oh, you like the red. Thank you. I appreciate it. A lot of effort goes into the red on these minis, so... it's nice that you guys acknowledge it. Oh, look at the Proco. Sorry. Yeah, you sent a message here. Wonder what green would be best for what I'm doing. Standard green or Signature Series bright green? Okay. All right. So, you're doing... What colors do you use for your salamanders, Tuvan? What are you using? I'll try to help. Now, I will say the greens, there's not an exact match. Okay, so you're not going to find something be like, oh yeah, that's... this color green. It doesn't happen with like between Procro and GW. I don't know if other colors. I think Coats has some similar ones, but they don't cover super great either. Caliban base and Warpstone glow layer. Okay, the best comparison I have for that is black green followed by green. So this looks very like camo green. But I can promise you it is not, and I'll show you. I'll give you a little example of it here. Let me just put some down here. Let's get a brush. So this color, it's very dark and it's warm, but it's not like a camo. And I don't know if I still have I might still actually have Caliban green. Are you crap? I do have Caliban green. Oh man. Let me see if this paint's still alive. Oh, that's sealed shut. Yeah. All right. So Caliban green's definitely a lot more blue. But we'll take a look. It's a thicker coat of Caliban green too. Yeah, it's got like a lot more blue. The black green is a little more natural. You see another coat of black green here. So if you do a heavier coat, you can see how I guess it's similar, right? But yeah, you definitely have like it's a warmer green and a cooler green. If you're putting let's take just this Soylent green, this normal green color here. I think you should be able to, let's see. That's the green itself next to the other green, and then so once you put a green with it, like you're not able to tell, I guess, is my point. Like, no one's gonna look at your salamanders highlighted and they're like, man, the green you use is definitely not Caliban green on the shade on those. Right, it covers better. You don't have to thin it. Yeah, it's got like a nice matte finish to it. Yeah. Caliban's being Dark Angel Scouts. Oh, interesting. Yeah, this green's pretty close to Warpstone. I think it's a little brighter. It's definitely more of like a vibrant color. And I don't think I own Warpstone Glow. No, it's not anywhere to be found. I had old Snot Green though. That's kind of what Warpstone Glow replaced. But if you're mixing, so if you mix these two, I'll show you here. We'll try to get a little mid-tone. If we mix that green with the black green, since that black green is warmer, you get this nice, like, this really nice mid-tone mixing these two, and that might be a little difficult to see. But yeah, the 50-50 on there, and if we just keep going further, yeah, that's a really nice color, actually. Yeah, I like mixing those. Those make nice colors. Because you're highlighting, right? So you're going in with the base color, and then if you do end up mixing your paint, you end up with a fairly smooth transition. But I mean, that color is really nice. That's probably right at Warpstone Glow, that tone, and that is probably 2 parts green, 1 part black green. That's what that is, and that's probably a 1-to-1 match. But yeah, with all of this, you're not telling the difference between these 2 dark greens. And I will tell you, Caliban green covers like garbage. And the black green cover is amazing. It's a 1-coat cover color. I put it on really thin on my skin, thinking that the Caliban green wouldn't cover as much. But yeah, I like those greens. I like this green that it makes. That like 2-to-1 is really nice. I did all those. Yeah, okay. Here's what I gotta do. We gotta get us a flash wash. Yeah, no problem. You have a stupid dream of the Calibans being Dark Angel Scouts. You talk about like lions? Could you imagine Dark Angels getting actual like war lions? That'd be crazy. Quite heretical, but you know, we don't think about that with Space Wolves, do we? Hey, Reboot Gilliman, welcome. How you doing? Primarch of the 13th Legion, everybody. I am doing really well. Yeah. Streaming for about another half hour, so I'm gonna get a couple colors done here. Just chilling. I was watching the Creative Assembly stream this morning, waiting for them to announce Total War Warhammer 40k, and they never did. So Man's in Tiger Stripe camo. Rainbow knives, special las rifles. Okay, that's pretty cool, Leo. Yeah, that'd be cool. Be a lot cooler than just using lions. Taking a flesh wash and putting it over all the golds on this mini. That for the rest of them. Gives us kind of a brass or copper look to it. Go. Not going to do it on the shell casings though. I am painting some Thousand Sons breachers for the Horus Heresy. And these are Mark II tactical marines with a bit of conversion work. Turn them into the breachers. That's what I did. So we're just painting a couple of them. Having some fun. A wash on them a bit ago. We're doing just another wash over some of this gold, and then we're doing a few highlights. Yeah, I'm a big Horus Heresy fan. Really big Horus Heresy fan. We are chatting about the Total War stream. That was relative disappointment. I'm excited for the stuff they announced, but they didn't announce the things they said they would announce. So that was disappointing. But I'm still excited for new content for that game, as always. Yeah. Going to a tournament on Saturday, so chatting out that a bit for the old world. Showing off some of the minis I'm bringing. Be a good time. I'm hoping it's a good time. Maybe it's going to be a terrible time. Kind of bracing myself for either possibility, to be honest. So I did not freehand the symbols. No, these are actually printed shoulder pads with the symbols on them. So I can't take credit for any of the skill involved in making those, because yeah, I put the files on a flash drive and plugged it in, and essentially it. So for Horus Heresy, 3D printing shoulder pads is like one of the best things you can do. Like if you do nothing else, like, and you have a 3D printer, like printing the shoulder pads is a game changer. At least until we get nice fancy plastic upgrade sets for all the legions. And then 3D printing might still be really good, but plastic is plastic. I think, you know, yeah, dude. Hey, I'm an Ultramarines fan. My Primaris army is Ultramarines, so like my 40k army. I'm not too into the 40k rules at this point in time, but I do have a sizable 40k army. Do you have any of the new Ultramarine stuff? The Death Corps of Krieg? Yeah, is that your army? That's way cooler than Ultramarines, though. Death Corps is super cool. Did you get a Death Corps with the plastics, or was it have you like collected with the resin and everything? Also, how many people do you get with that comment? You got the plastic stuff, nice. Did you get the holiday set? The holiday set is like my dream holiday set for guard. For any guard, but then Deathcore being the coolest guard. It was tempting. You paint Ultramarines too, okay. Yeah. These holiday sets didn't seem to sell out quite as quick as I feel like they have in the past. I made someone some snipers and Danish M84 disruptive camo. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Nice. Man, you do so many historical minis. It's really cool. I painted some historical minis for each of my brothers for Christmas one year. And painted for them, never heard anything else about them. So, that was, that was that. The Marine set was... Yeah, the Marine set was nice. Yeah. Yep. Girlfriend grabbed the Emperor's Children one. Oh, cool. Alright. That's a good way to start, because that has a Fulgrim in it and everything, right? Yeah, good starter box. They have... I think my store has all of them in stock except the Tyranid one. It's the only one they don't still have in stock. Maybe there's some AOS ones they don't have in stock, but I don't think the AOS had as many sets as 40k, right? Painting the Kree Commando Squad. Okay. Well, it's not the Engineers, is it? Or what is that? This in Cacophonous, nice. I wanted to paint that Cacophonous to give away to people, and it was out of stock when I was doing that giveaway. So I ended up buying the I think the Lord Exultant, I think, is their normal like Captain mini. Right. Let's wash on here. Maybe I can do a coat on the white real quick. I can try to get that going. Cacophonous was out of stock for so. Apparently, is it really good or something, or just a unique mini? That was the coolest looking of those minis, besides the the Infractors and Tormentors. All right. Commissar, normal officer, death. Oh, the command squad. Okay, yeah, gotcha. The commissar looks really cool, but no, that whole set's great looking. We're just taking this bright neutral gray, and we're just avoiding the very recesses on here. Let's get that combat patrol. That's the one with all the horses, right? I didn't like the Death Rider minis as much, the new Death Rider minis. I like the old one because they're so like terrifyingly grimdark. The new ones aren't quite. Just something about like the poses and everything of the old ones, the resin ones. Your squad sustain hits, roll 3d6, each 4+ mortal wound. Then he makes a battle shock if they took any more. Okay, oh, cool. All right. It's kind of like the is it the Psychomancer or the Plasmancer or something from the Necrons? 3 dice for mortals, kind of attack. The artillery set, the horse set, and the march. Yeah. That's fair. Good stuff. Yeah, it's like a Plasmancer and a Psychomancer one. Yeah. That's cool. I love the Psychomancer mini, but man, has he always been bad. Seems like just about anything in 40k that deals with morale is bad anymore, though. It's a very like niche mechanic. Mistake there. Better than it used to be. Yeah, that's fair. You messed up their gas masks? Like assembling or painting? Those Deathcore minis aren't the simplest minis to paint, though. Like they're really detailed. I've painted a couple. I've painted 20 or 30 of them. Painting, yeah. Just gotta keep practicing, that's it. Especially if you're having a whole army, you're painting so many gas masks, you'll eventually figure it out. You'll be the expert. You're kidding. Your thing gave minus on leadership. Oh yeah. Well, that's too bad. Good time. Yeah, that's what matters, right? The Alex box come with 2 of each special weapon. Yeah, so what really sucks about that, Quishy, is unless you get 3 boxes, you can't equip everybody with in a squad with a weapon, right? You can have units up to like 9 or 12 or something. The TikToker? No, he's talking about Chaos Space Marine. Heavy vehicles and chaff units are scoring. Interesting. I hate to know what TikToker is called CSM. List building, nice. Yeah, always the thing, right? Figure out what works. Ultimately, at the end of the day, Quishy, your opponents are not going to know the difference between a lightning gun and a plasma fusel and all that stuff. Like, just bring what you think is cool, and you can probably get away with with running whatever weapons.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me.
Hey, thanks for the following. Thanks for the follow, Reboot. Appreciate it. I don't do TikTok. I am really bad about social media in general. Like, I have my socials for like the Painting Dad. But like I don't typically spend time on social media, and I don't post much on social media. Like, anybody who's been following this channel know that I'm really bad about posting. I'm not like a person who shares a lot about my life. I say that as I stream on the internet every day, but I'm happy to talk about it and chat about things and stuff, but I have never been one to post much on social media, and I think this past like couple years have just soured me on basically all social media and how people use it and what it does to people and everything. So I just kind of avoid a lot of that. I follow some miniature painters on like Instagram. I have my own Instagram where I'll post work, and I kind of use it as like a bit of like a portfolio kind of thing where I'll post my work and stuff. Discord, I guess, would be my social media, but even then it's like it's very controlled groups, and it's like specific topics, right? I'm not in like an Ohio Discord group or something weird like that. But yeah, you definitely see the worst of people on social media, and it's exhausting. Yeah, I'm also someone I don't post. I don't post on things. I never have. I've never been much of a one to post on social media, so it takes a lot for me to like work up to to post anything, even if it's just like my own minis. Yeah, no, TikTok's definitely not one I would ever even considered jumping on, because that one seemed particularly poor. Social media in 2016, haven't missed it. Yeah, I took far longer and far too long, I think. Only on Twitter and Insta. Get off Twitter, dude. What are you doing? Yeah, your Instagram is particularly horrible, though. who watched back in the day asked me if I could post my models so you can see them since I started posting stuff. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, posting pictures of minis is one of the whole reasons I started. Like, it like led me down to being, to like starting to stream. Like, yeah, I painted minis off and on to play games for years, but I kind of got out of it, and then I painted some minis, and I was in like a Facebook group, and I was posting pictures of the minis I painted as just like, hey, cool, look at this, and people are always so encouraging that I kept doing it, and I wanted to get better, and I kept like, you know, doing better and painting more and everything, and it kind of sucked me back into mini gaming basically. I eventually started painting commissions and all that stuff, and yeah, just whole thing. Then Zen got me streaming. He convinced me to actually stream so he could see what I was painting. I started doing that. Blocks of Thalax, but all the special weapons, but he is, yeah, yep, that's what you do. Yeah, that's a good call. The multi-belters are probably the only one a normal person would recognize. Here we are, almost 5 years later. Yeah, it's crazy. Still as boring as ever on this stream. What are you trying to do here? Spend whole time, his whole stream just watching paint dry. Yeah, that's what you guys do. Joke's on you. Okay. Yeah, I started streaming in March of 2021. So yeah, it's been almost 5 years. I'm pretty sure Zen was my first subscriber, and he's still subscribing today, but he has to. It's like the head mod here. All right. I don't have time to start anything else. I got 10 minutes and no time, although I didn't paint this guy's bolter. So actually, let's paint this guy's bolter. I'm not saying all right yet. We're not all right here. Always thinking the stream, but I never do. Yeah, it can be fun. It's really like stressful, especially at first, and it can be really hard when you don't have like anybody in your stream and you're just kind of trying to talk and do things, and no one's like talking back and everything. So it can be challenging. Definitely, and you have to be consistent with it and like frequent to really like grow, especially if you're just streaming. Well, here's 8 months a day and 15 hours. Yeah, it's crazy. Cherish that title more than Gundam Store Champion. Yeah. All right, sure you do. Sure you do. You didn't spend your childhood memorizing Gundam blueprints just to be excited to be called like head mod or whatever. Okay, we got these first coats of white highlighted. Our red wash is on the golds. So tomorrow, the time-consuming part on these is going to be highlighting the red, because all the red here is lots of angles on these minis. But gold, we gotta finish the white, do some silver, and the highlight the red. do cool eyes and stuff, but we'll see. I already got bases painted up and ready for them. These are just temporary bases, but the actual base toppers and stuff are already done, waiting for these minis. So we'll see if we can't get these close to done tomorrow. I don't know. Should be pretty close. But I'm gonna call the stream there today, guys. I should be on tomorrow, and we'll continue painting and chatting about stuff, and maybe complaining about Creative Assembly a little bit more than GW. Maybe tomorrow GW will start the Grotmas Advent Calendar. I don't know. Maybe they will, but they have not yet, and I'm still waiting for them to start the Grotmas calendar because they have done absolutely nothing so far this week. But you guys have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.